Hey folks, this is Mr. Blue in his geeky cave. It's been a while since I reviewed geek stuff, and I'm back, folks. I'm wearing a shirt my friend gave me. Thanks, bro. Time is it? Bro time, yo. And I will be reviewing Black Lightning Season 1. Fuck yeah. Let's get into this shit. Not Season 1, my mistake, the pilot episode. I know I'm a week or two late, but get your asses ready for this review. Implanted and extracted for a butt show. No, that sounds wrong. An awesome review. Get into this, folks. As pilots go, as many known, I'm no stranger to reviewing pilots. With this show, I want to begin with, obviously, with the one I'm talking about, and draw the parallels between shows. It reminds me of Luke Cage, and I'm not being racist, it's because that street hustle tone is very felt the presence throughout the show. I will say, this is, if will ever be much to be part of the CW, it will be very interesting to compare and contrast, especially with the vigilante stuff they do in Arrow. As much criticism as I do of that show, and I still didn't say why I see that and Luke Cage parallel. I just said that. It's how I written this review. It's not to do with yeah. I'm drawing that part out. You know, to use reviewer stick. Do my review skills. The show is very poignant with its hero. That it's faced with a call to action. Our hero in the story, Black Lightning, as a call to action, just like, and our main villain within that story, this is the antagonist, Tobias Whale, does bring a big King Street level mentality like Cottonmouth that is very parallel to one another. This show doesn't glorify or sexualize our main hero like Netflix Daredevil or Luke Cage is done. It strikes somewhere in the middle where he's a principal and it's very viable. And where Netflix Daredevil introduces us to our main character with a sex trade scene that Matt is stopping in Season 1, the pilot Into the Ring episode. This episode, Resurrection, I love it when shows do pilot episodes that don't say pilot, or they do something creative with the title, where this one says Resurrection. This one, the pilot episode, Resurrection, shows how sex trades even begin with our main character, Black Lightning's daughter, and how they get fooled right into the sick, twisted game. As pilots go, it's very good. Some lines are very overhanded and very cheesy in the episode. There is a little bit of what I just said, cheesiness. Tobias White does provide an early great protagonist, but I don't really know him very well besides the surface stuff. He does draw parallels very well to our main protagonist, and a good reflection to our main hero. How both reveal their characteristic mentality through speeches. And one, it's about street cred. One, it's about choosing the lighter Martin Luther King route. Also, our main character has a daughter in the series, the principal, and they're both a great reflection. Where Sunder is more his good reputation as a main character that does follow the rules, though, spoiler alert, the next episode we find out she's a lesbian, still a good girl that follows the rules. Her sister, Lightning, is like his rebellious streak. That's the call to action. She has that mentality. And while Lightning is like her father, where they show in the flashbacks that he's addicted to being a hero and rebellious. It is, again, I have to use this word, take a beer shot every time I say this word, a bit heavy-handed with the dialogue in. There's in one flashback scene where he's being pieced up, fixed up in the tub, and then his chick's like, yo, yo, these are like drugs, you on cocaine, you gotta stop this, yo. And I thought that was a bit heavy-handed. He could have used different words, but I understand what you meant. The main character, his second wife. Also, his daughter, Lightning, is like him in that but she doesn't have all the experience he learned to understand the streets. She doesn't have the experience to understand the streets, and provides a very well done pilot. This episode shows a great character, similar to Luke, trying to handle things through diplomacy and getting a call to action, and sets forth the motion of the plot within the storyline. I highly recommend it. As pilots go, it's very malleable and it's very decent. I have to rate it, and it does have a tease at the end with the daughter having powers. I have to rate it 8 out of 10. Black Lightning gets an 8 out of 10 as the pilot goes. Resurrection. Enjoy. Hope you guys like my review and see. And that was my review of Black Lightning Season 1, Episode 1, a pilot episode called Resurrection. Enjoy. You know my usual shtick. And drag this out, but boom, there you go.